When you think of the 1989 heavyweight champion, Tommy Morrison, what comes to mind? A larger-than-life boxer that made a name for himself outside of the ring as well as inside? After defeating the likes of George Foreman and Razor Ruddock in the ring, he gained notoriety in 1989 when he starred as Tommy the Machine Gun in Rocky V. But unfortunately, that fame led to as much bad as it did good. Early life. Born January 2, 1969, Tommy David Morrison was an American professional boxer who started his career on November 10, 1988 at a very tender age with a first-round knockout of William Muhammad in New York City. 3 weeks later, he scored another first-round knockout with 19 wins and no losses. Observed by renowned actor Sylvester Stallone's brother Frank, who thought the young kid from Oklahoma would be a perfect fit for a role in his brother's upcoming film, Morrison got a script reading with Sylvester Stallone in the movie Rocky V as Tommy the Machine Gun for his amazing bouts. Morrison took a 6-month break from boxing to cast in the movie in 1990. Coming back in 1991, Morrison won the fight against an opponent, James Tillis, and former world champion, Pinklon Thomas. Unfortunately, Morrison suffered the first loss of his career in a fight against an undefeated fighter, Ray Mercer, losing by a 5th-round knockout.
Morrison in the corner, and Mercer's all over him, and Morrison in trouble! And Morrison goes down for the first time in his career, and that is it!
That's it.
It is it!
Following the Mercer defeat, he reeled off 8 straight wins before facing George Foreman for the vacant WBO heavyweight title. Morrison won by unanimous decision and earned his first heavyweight title. Unfortunately, he lost the title a few months later. The diagnosis and suspension. In February 1996, the Nevada Athletic Commission announced that Morrison had tested positive for HIV. He was suspended from the sport and the ban was in effect, upheld by every other sanctioning body. The diagnosis, suspension, and loss of his livelihood sent Morrison tumbling faster than a Ray Mercer's finishing punch. His life spiraled out of control, and was his wild life of alcohol, drugs, and women was slowly catching up with him. He was arrested multiple times for DUIs and even went to jail for a couple of years for assaulting a college student. With his body slowly starting to diminish, Morrison had also decided to get pectoral implants to make himself look bigger, but later had to have them removed late 2011 due to infection. Denial. Despite an initial admission that his HIV diagnosis was a result of his lifestyle choices, Morrison and his wife Tricia denied he ever tested positive. In 2006, a decade after his diagnosis, the Nevada Athletic Commission mysteriously lifted Morrison's ban from boxing without any explanation. In July 2007, the New York Times reported that Tommy Morrison took 2 HIV tests. However, HIV experts reviewed the 3 tests and concluded that the 1996 result had been a false positive. Morrison had previously attempted a comeback to boxing in 2007 when the Nevada Commission lifted the indefinite worldwide suspension in July 2006, and following the test results in 2007, Morrison fought 2 more times in West Virginia and Mexico, contending he never had the disease in the first place. However, in August 2013, Morrison's mother announced that her son was in the final stages of AIDS, and he died on September 1, 2013 at the age of 44 from septicemia, septic shock, multiple system organ failure, and ultimately cardiac arrest. According to his widow, he tested negative for HIV during his autopsy. Tricia has since then continued the fight defending her husband's name, and she's made progress in recent years. What happened in the case of Tommy Morrison is unclear at this point. Based on evidence and the unannounced reversal of Morrison's suspension by the Nevada Athletic Commission years later, plus medical experts now indicating he had a false positive test, there are signs something went wrong years ago in the initial diagnosis. But regardless of the legal outcome, Morrison's legacy will never change. He entertained in the boxing ring and on the movie screen, and in the process etched his name in boxing history. Do you agree with this view? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe for more of our interesting videos.